The game pretty quick, guys, because JYP's up to some shenanigans. Let's hop into this quickly. Spotting in the lower right corner of the map. This is the Eastern Team Strike Up Season 3 Evil Geniuses versus Team Liquid. Evil Geniuses currently leads. Whoa, that's like hardcore announcer voice. Evil Geniuses currently leads 2-0 over Team Liquid. And spawning in the lower right, sending a probe out very early. It's going to be Evil Geniuses JYP. I guess tilt it that way so you can read the logo. And his opponent in the top left, hopefully he scouts this, is going to be the red Protoss player, Liquid HerO. So JYP is going for proxies, but what I'm surprised about is the location at which he chooses to do a proxy. There's a lot of dead space in the main of Daedalus Point. There's a lot of places you can put down your pylons within your opponent's main to make this a little more worthwhile, but HerO versus JYP. JYP, what are you doing, man? I mean, putting it over here is not bad. Don't get me wrong. It's far enough away that HerO may not scout this. And HerO, I really like HerO, but he is not exactly the most avid scouter outside of his own base. He is checking for proxies now, so JYP is going to be really happy that he did it out here. And I suppose this is just a characteristic trait of having played HerO in the past, knowing exactly what's up, and the fact that, well, quite frankly, HerO doesn't scout. I really like HerO, but you watch a lot of his games, guys, and he sits in his base until he's set and ready to go. So this first probe going to come out, unfortunately, this is after double gases have been thrown down. And he's checking for proxies in all the wrong places. He's looking for love in all the wrong places. He needs to throw down a second gateway right now. Cancel that second gas if you still can. Nope, he's going to take it intentionally, so that's going to be a little bit problematic. And a cyber core is even being proxy too. So this is going to be proxy stalkers. Oh god. Oh god. So basically the way this is going to work, he's not going to be able to match the production of JYP. He is getting a second gateway now, but I almost fear this is going to be too late, because there's going to be a zealot out and completely over top of HerO. If he's got a mothership core down, that'll help buy him a little bit of time, I suppose. And this pylon on the high ground, guys, this isn't so he can warp units in. JYP is not going to be investing in warp tech. This is simply so he's got high ground vision. That way when his stalkers are sitting down here, he can still shoot up here without repercussions. Oh, this is going to be nasty. Stalker already started here for JYP. HerO's only just now getting his first zealot out. Mothership core on the way too. It's going to be a little bit one-sided for the start of this, that much is for certain. He's going to have to put some probes if he really wants to stop the Stalker. The problem is, we look at the probe count, guys, he can only afford to lose 4 lest he loses his advantage in this game. Alright, probe snipe. First thing to die, too.
First blood.
What a vicious little worker. But okay, Stalker does get over here, and unfortunately a Stalker will beat out that mothership core if handled correctly, so does have to be really careful. Stalker for HerO now, 2 Stalkers though to 1. 1 Zealot versus 1, everything in the favor here of JYP right now. If this mothership core goes down, he'll have no overcharge capabilities. He needs to keep this alive. He needs to keep this back. 25 in-game seconds is what he needs to buy in order to get a photon overcharge. But unfortunately HerO, I kind of feel slacking a bit on the micro. Sending a Zealot to chase the Stalker, it does back the Stalker away for the time being, but it buys him no grace and no extra time. Probes have been pulled to deal with this, and I don't know, 2 Stalkers to 4, it's pretty much basic math at this point. You guys ever learn the greater than sign in math? You know, these little bracket things? Photon overcharge in about 7 in-game seconds. He's got to make sure he doesn't take a volley from these Stalkers though. 4 seconds, 3. Will this be enough to hold this though? He's losing probes, they're starting to bleed out. So far 7 have died combined. Okay, the overcharge will allow him to snipe off one of the Stalkers, but loses one of his own in the process. It takes 10 out of combat seconds, guys, before shields start regenerating. So that's why we see the Stalkers still sitting here very, very dangerously low. And the overcharge, quite frankly, is basically a cannon with a really long range. It's not... I don't think this is going to work. If HerO could force a fight within the overcharge, different story altogether. But 3 Stalkers versus 5. Mothership core so low it cannot get involved with the fight. He's trying to snipe off that one really low Stalker. Oh, so desperately he wants to snipe it. Look at that tentativeness. Look at the back and forth between these two players. The precision right now. This looks like cheesy all-in stuff where you're like, oh, well, I A-move and win. But there's a lot of precise calculations being made right now as far as what's worth engaging and what's not. He could have dived that Stalker, but at the risk of losing one of his own. Trying to focus fire down these Stalkers, though. JYP still just has the number advantage in way too big of a way. Probes need to be pulled into this if he wants a chance to survive, but he pulls only 3 and not enough. Mothership core goes down. JYP forcing the fight. Last couple of Stalkers are going to die here. And looks like HerO may just have to tap out. He's not giving up just yet. Probes are going to chase these back, but he's lost everything at this point. And there's no way 2 gateways can match the production plus 5 additional stalkers. So at this point, even though it's not over, JYP, well, it's over. He's won this game. Probes being pulled one last desperate hurrah. But as we know, that's all it is. One last desperate hurrah. Liquid, HerO. Wow. Snoot, HerO, Tasia. JYP is taking out like the big 3 of Team Liquid. Although granted, there's still TLO and some others. But man, JYP. When did he? Someone said it earlier in chat. I'll quote them again. When did he get this good? Is going to be the question.